Let's do this.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to Confessions of the Idiots. Everybody wants to confess, but not everyone wants to hear them. Today, I'm joined on the isolation tapes by one of my favorite people on this goddamn planet. It is,
Stop it.
without a doubt, my favorite member of the boy band, Auntie Donna. It is Zachary Ruane. Namaste, motherfucker.
Namaste.
Namaste. How are you, Namaste?
Namaste. I'm very well.
On this day, namaste.
I've lost my mind with the social distancing.
Well, I can't tell. You look quite well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. I wanted to say it.
Thank you, Sam Peterson.
Thank you so much. What is going on right now? Because for people playing at home who aren't watching this video right now, and I do say to you people listening to the podcast right now, go in the show notes and watch this video right now, because Zachary Ruane, you were wearing what a lot of people would describe as a dumb little face mask.
I am wearing a face mask, Sam, and it's probably making the sound quality worse. So apologies to all those listening. Sam, I would love to tell you that I'm wearing this face mask for, respiratory reasons.
Sure.
That's why I bought the face mask.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm going to get a face mask. I got it a long time ago, actually, funnily enough. That's another story. No, the reason I'm wearing this face mask, and I want to say I'm re-wearing it. I did wear it for its intended purposes another time. I'm not wasting a face mask because that's an amoral thing to do in this time of hard to find face masks.
Yeah, do not do that. Not in this climate.
Are the paper face masks shortage, or is it just the?
I think it is the material, the cloth. Is it cloth? Is that pure cotton? Is that cashmere?
I've no idea what this face mask is made of. I'm going to sell it on the black market.
Mask. Yes.
Sam, at about 1 a.m. 2 nights ago,
yes,
in the complete throes of
passion
and of, I don't know, we need to find a name for it, but the social distancing madness that is affecting us all.
Yeah.
I was staring into the mirror. My beard had gotten quite crazy. I usually go to a barber. I don't look after my beard myself.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I never knew this about you.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have a great amount of facial hair on my cheeks. So it really has to be constructed by an expert. It's someone that, I need a 2 on the sides, a 3 on the chin.
2 people on the sides.
2 people on the side. No, I'm talking
3 on the
about
chin.
Razor length.
I'm joking around.
What are you doing, Sam?
Lighten up. Oh, you can't
Jesus
say anything anymore.
Christ.
Can't laugh with your
PC
friends
gone
anymore.
mad. So usually I have a barber do my beard, and so I hadn't done it in a while anyway. Then all this went down, the end of the world and whatnot. So my beard had gotten quite silly. It was looking great, and then 2 days ago it looked really bad, and I thought, I'll just go at it with some scissors. I don't really have the right razor. So I went at it with some scissors, and then I was like, it's not looking good at all. And then I thought to myself, fuck, I don't have to leave the house. I'm not leaving the house for 6 months,
Sure.
ScoMo tells us.
That's what ScoMo says.
And I thought at 1 a.m., this is the opportunity to see what I look like without a beard.
Wow.
I thought, I can see it, not leave the house, and no one else has to see it. I shaved off my beard. And it looks awful. It looks truly awful. My life partner said to me, she said, how is there so much on the top of your face and so little on the bottom?
Have you not got a chin?
I don't have a chin, and I have a big forehead. If you've not seen me, if you're just a listener to the podcast, check out my YouTube channel with my friends at Auntie Donna. I got a big forehead, and I don't have much of a chin. And the other twist is I got a weird upper lip going on. It's not working for me. So, but I thought, well, I get to see it, and no
Sure.
one else has to.
Is
And then
this
I
the first time
remembered.
your life partner has seen you without a beard?
No, we knew each other in high school. So it's the first time she's seen me in my over the age of, in my 20s or 30s. It's the first time she's seen me as an adult without a beard.
Right.
And the twist is I thought I'd aged well.
Yeah.
Turns out I just grew a beard. It's awful. I'm ugly. My vanity has gone for a shot. My parents said I look like someone that worked in the Navy in the 1700s.
Oh my God.
Max, the director of all of Auntie Donna's things, we did a video call earlier today. He said I look like a session musician.
Which is a lovely thing to say. That comes from the heart.
That's right from the heart. I think I look like someone that DJs at Revolver on a Tuesday night. None of it is working for me. But I was like, it's fine. No one's going to see it.
Sure.
And then I was just going through my Facebook messages and I saw from you 2 days ago, are we still good for 6:30 tomorrow or in 2 days? And I realized how much video content I'll be making over the next 3 weeks. And I thought, lucky I have this mask.
Wow. So you're really hiding it away. Do you think at some point it's going to come off? Or do you think, in the next few weeks, I'm not saying right now, I'm not like...
Because
I'm not asking you to take it off. I never asked that. I never asked that from a friend to a friend. I never asked that from a friend to a friend. You know that. You know that about me.
No.
I never asked that.
You'd never ask that of me.
I never asked.
I have to be honest with you because it's pure vanity what I'm doing right now. To wear a mask during a filmed podcast, that's pure vanity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No one's going to see it.
Great. You're just going to hold on to it.
No one is going to see it. People that I have video calls with, you can see it after you're done recording. I'll show you.
Yeah.
But no one is going to see this face.
But so do you think when you look back on COVID-19, you will see this as the mask period?
I will see it as the mask period, not for all the reasons one is meant to wear a mask. I feel awful right now. I need to stress very clearly, this is a mask that has been worn for its intended purposes. And I was like, I think I've still got that mask. It's very bad to be re-wearing it. I would never waste a medical mask in this time of shortages for vanity. I would, but luckily I had one.
Well, Zach, what I want to do right now is I want to make you feel a lot better because I'm going to read some pretty fucked confessions from people and you can judge them as much as you want. Namaste. And hopefully you'll come out of this feeling a whole lot better about you and your goddamn life because some of the people I found, and this one, for some reason I thought of you when I read this confession online.
That's
because
great.
I thought you would get a lot out of this one. The first confession, Zach, comes from Edna. Edna writes, "My name is Edna.
Fucking love her already.
Don't let anybody fool you." So her name's Edna. Don't let anyone say otherwise is basically what she's saying at the moment.
So that is in relation to her name being Edna.
Yeah. So if someone says, if she walks up to you and says, "Hello, my name is Edna," and someone else comes up to you and goes, "Her name's really Jack," you don't believe that because that's not true, Zach. That's not true.
No, it's something comes up a lot for Edna. Yeah.
It's not a real name.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
He's not Zach.
His real name's Sarah. My name is Edna. Don't let anybody fool you. I'm an older woman. I'll never tell exactly how old I am, but I like to think I've still got a body that will make men weak at the knees.
Great. Good for her.
Good for her. I'm married well, and he didn't do too bad for himself either. And then there's a little wink emoticon that comes up straight after that. So we know that she's fun. She's playful. Her name's Edna. Don't let anyone fool you into thinking otherwise. So Arthur is a little bit older than me and always has been.
Right.
So his age hasn't changed. He's always been a little bit older than her. The goalposts haven't. The
She thought she'd catch up around the mid-90s, but it never happened.
It never happened. She never caught up to his age. So
I also don't believe there's anyone attractive named Edna. I'm sorry if there's a
really,
list
oh my
named
God,
Edna. I
wow.
can't think of it how you could
I
be
know.
named Edna and
Yeah.
become attractive in this world.
If you name a baby Edna, you know it's not going to go well in life, I think. I think
No.
that's basically what, yeah.
And I think if COVID-19 has taught us anything, attractiveness is, I think, 70% personal choice.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. So's humor, I like to say, for people that want to write to me about this podcast. I tell you what, Zach, in the last 3 weeks, because of the self-isolation and everything, people have been contacting me a lot more. And I always stress to people, don't at me, but people have been adding me. And I've heard from 3 Karens in the last 3 weeks saying, please stop having a go at Karens on your podcast. And I will not stop. I will not stop. And I've asked you, Karen, don't at me because I don't want to hear from you. But also, Edna is a name of someone that I think is very similar to Karen in that you just have a judgment about the name Edna straight away.
Oh, I see Edna. I see Edna. And I didn't see someone with a ripper bod.
You didn't see someone with a
beyond
ripper
her
bod.
years.
Well, because she thought that she'd catch up to him eventually in age. He got older, and she was like, I'm going to get him, but, you know, he got older as well. She got older. It didn't happen. Yeah. So Arthur is a little bit older than me and always has been. He's a lovely man, a silver fox, but I got married quite young, in my early 30s. And my hairdresser used to call that the dirty 30s, which I simply adored.
Okay, great. Edna sounds like a fucking idiot. No room for subtlety or quips anymore. That was pre-COVID.
It's to brass tacks. But because I don't know why she has to say my hairdresser. Why is a hairdresser coming into it? Could you say someone used to tell me dirty 30s, or I've heard the saying, because it is quite a popular saying. The hairdresser did not come up with that. I'll tell you that right now.
30's not that young to get married.
No,
Edna's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. It's like when I was when I was maybe like 20 and I was like, someone would ask me if I had kids or something. I'd be like, that's crazy. But now I'm 28 and people saying that, I'm still like, that's crazy. But I'm like, it's actually not. Maybe I need to go up. Maybe I need to reassess, you know, Zach. And that's a hard realization for me to come to, you know. I've struggled with that, you know. I don't want to go into it right now, Zach, but okay. I've just snapped on the podcast. I've been alone. We are losing our
goddamn minds.
I've been alone for 3 weeks. Okay, but my husband wasn't as interested in sex as I was. I'm so excited because I'm hoping that you'll come on the podcast once a week or hopefully maybe more. But I would love to see the progression. And this is only the second podcast we've done together. And we're both snapped.
You've just lost our mind.
Yeah, and I've got the biggest glass of wine you've ever seen. But my husband wasn't as interested in sex as I was. I was running rampant and he was slowing down. He was close to retiring. And a lot of the time, I would sit in the large empty house alone, dreaming of greener pastures. I used to think that love was everything. But in my late 20s, I realized that all men are pigs and that I shouldn't have to put up with any of them, truth be told. Are you wondering?
She is jumping around with timeline. There's a complete lack of clarity. How much older is he?
Yeah.
Was he retiring in her 30s?
Yeah.
Also, she learned these lessons in her 20s, but she's older. He's even older than her.
He's a lot older. And he's continued to grow older. Well, she's continued. It doesn't make sense. You know, she's continued to grow older. He's continued to grow older.
She got very close at one point, but then he just zoomed ahead.
He really zoomed ahead. It's crazy, isn't it? And we're all thinking at this point, what does their hairdresser have to think about all of this? And that doesn't come back.
No, it does not.
Don't need to mention it once. That doesn't fucking come back. You should never rely solely on a man.
Mm-hmm.
If I had $1 for every time I told you that, Zach, you will always be every day. You will always be bitterly disappointed. Men just want to come all over you and not even help rinse you off.
Excuse me?
I beg yours.
Excuse me?
Men just want to come all over you and not even rinse you off. Now, Zach, when you've got a partner, of course you want to come all over them, but of course you'll help rinse them off.
Yes.
Of course. You know, whether
No
that's
issue with the coming all over you, but
I've got a handy tap or a wet wipe. But basically what Edna wants is she believes this is what all people think. You know, she's coming at this from a point of view where men just want to come all over you and not even help rinse you off. I believe that was in the Female Eunuch.
I just love that left turn. She's just like, her name's Edna.
Yeah.
She's a little bit like, I've got a good body, say no more. Say no more. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to talk about the specifics. You know, my husband and I, our love life isn't what it used to be. Say no more. I'm not going to go into the specifics. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm an older lady. I'm not going to go into it. My hairdresser used to say a few things. Say no more. We're keeping it subtle, a little bit of innuendo. Men love to come on titties. Just
out
like
of nowhere.
Out of left field.
It's so great. God. And this is why I thought you'd love this confession. You should never rely solely on a man. You will always be bitterly disappointed. I'll just read this one more time, Zach, and that's the last time. I promise I'll read it to you. Men just want to come all over you and not even help rinse you off. So I thought to myself, maybe it's about time I become the pig. Now, Zach, I've woken up a few mornings and I've thought maybe it's about time I become the pig. And I do say that to myself as a mantra, as you know. I say that to you quite a lot. So I thought I would always turn the tables a little bit. And while Arthur was out, I could find a toy boy of my own to fuck dry while Arthur is away.
To fuck dry?
Yeah.
To fuck dry. My goodness gracious me.
What world are we living in? I tell you what, she's carrying on like a pork chop right about now, Zach, and I don't say that lightly.
Well, that's her whole point. Didn't she want to become a pork chop?
She does want to become a pork chop, Zach.
I don't understand. So the issue is her husband is no longer making love to her because he's an older man. So she's finding a toy boy to fuck dry.
Yes.
That all makes sense.
Perfect sense.
I'm like, that's the choice she's making in her life. Whatever. Who am I to judge?
Yeah.
What is men coming on you and not rinsing it off got to do with either of those concerns? That makes...
I don't know. Yeah. It's hard to know, isn't it?
It's hard to know.
It's hard to know what she really means at this point. At this juncture, Zach. It's hard to know. At this juncture, Zach. Are you listening? At this juncture, Zach. Are you listening?
Juncture.
Zach,
Sam,
are you listening?
You have lost your mind. As a man wearing a face mask because he shaved his beard off at 1 a.m., I got to say, man, you've lost your mind.
So I thought I would turn the tables a bit while Arthur was out. I could find a toy boy of my own to fuck dry while he's away. Arthur is not a bad person. Far from it. He gave me everything I could ever dream of. But he just wasn't as sexually charged as me. And this was something I desperately craved. And so I thought, sex with a complete stranger?
Yeah.
A disastrous thought indeed. And so, one time at the golf club, I went to watch Arthur play. This was basically an excuse for me to drink Prosecco for an entire afternoon. God, we don't need an excuse. It's fantastic.
No. I'm still sitting on the idea that she thinks good sex is about fucking to dryness.
Yeah. Complete dryness and then rinse off after that. Because you've got to rehydrate, Zach. I'm always saying that.
That's why you need a good rinse.
That's when I saw Arthur's caddy for the first time. And God, was he gorgeous. Looked like...
a complete stranger, too.
And a complete stranger. Ticking all boxes right here, Zach. Looked like he had a big club in his pants, if I'm not being too subtle. Definitely not.
Subtle you've been, Edna.
So I spoke to the caddy when the coast was clear, and he told me that he was having a good day. Good, I quipped. It's about to get a whole lot better.
Because she's gonna fuck him until his penis is dry.
Dry. I asked him to take me to the change rooms and fuck me from behind. He
Oh,
told
great.
me no. He
Okay.
couldn't do that to Arthur, but I
Yeah.
insisted. It was a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
So anytime someone says no, you say, actually, it's a wonderful idea.
I think you're mistaken. It's a wonderful idea.
Oh,
I just need you to know I am so dry down there.
I am so dry down there. And afterwards, you're going to rinse me off. I unbuttoned my blouse even as we were walking over to the change rooms. That's how ready I was.
Yeah.
I unbuttoned my blouse even as we were walking over. Okay, she's written that twice. And that's where it all happened. I let the caddy penetrate me. And then, after all was done, I told him to get back out there and serve my husband. The power and authority I felt over this poor young caddy was something I think about all the time. I desperately want to do it again. But should I feel guilty about something like this? Is it something that I need to tell poor Arthur? I do think he's a wonderful man. I don't want to hurt him, but worry that my cravings run a bit deeper than I shall ever know. And that comes from Edna. What do you think, Zach? What do you think of Edna so far? I know you love her.
I love Edna.
Yeah.
I do not understand, and I can't move past the fucking dry. Sure,
that's a big thing for you right now.
But I cannot get past the question mark of what her point was with the coming and the wiping off.
Okay.
That is like telling a story about, I don't know. That would be like me telling you a story about how I steal things. I don't have any money, so I've decided to steal something.
Uh-huh.
And I've decided to steal from a shopkeeper. And the reason I've decided to steal from a shopkeeper is because they steal things.
Right.
Now, this metaphor doesn't work, but nor does my mind anymore.
We've both lost it, and that's okay.
And that's okay. I just don't understand what the point is. Is she saying, so she's saying that men like to come on women, but then not wipe it off. That's the point she's making.
That's one of the many points she's made. Yes.
But that's a sort of core tenet of her belief system.
Yes.
Is that this is what men do.
Yes.
In what way does that relate to her husband, Arthur? Because he's someone who doesn't like to come on her anymore.
It doesn't really relate. There's nothing really that relates in this confession, Zach, and I cannot stress that enough. There's a lot of different points. I mean, the hairdresser comes into it at one point. You've got
yes, he does. Yeah.
The prosecco, the caddy. In her late 20s, she goes in to talk about in her late 20s. There's a lot that comes into this. It doesn't actually come back, and it is quite a hard confession. I think in a lot of ways, it's a very hard confession to read because there's a lot. She repeats herself quite a bit. She actually,
yes, she does.
Looks like she did cut and paste quite a few of the sentences, and I tried to gloss over those a few times. But there's quite a few instances where I couldn't.
I have to say, she paints a beautiful picture. I see Edna. I see her. I see her blouse. I see the golf club.
Yeah.
I see how she thinks that an employee of her husband is a stranger.
One person she's met many times before, but she's never cared to know, Zach.
No.
A simple caddy that just wants to fuck her dry.
Oh, get it. Oh, I love a dry fuck.
You love a dry fuck.
That's an awful descriptor that will stay with me for the entirety of my self-isolation.
Fuck dry. What do you think Edna needs to do in this situation, Zach? Do you think Edna can come clean to beautiful Arthur? Because he's not as interested in making love anymore, and she is running rampant, as she said.
Yes.
What do you think she should do?
Should she come clean to Arthur, the older man who no longer likes to have sex, but if he did, he would come on her and not wipe it off? If I link it too much.
It's a beautiful description. Beautiful.
It's awful. It's awful and upsetting. Should she tell Arthur? Sam?
Zach?
Yes.
You think she should?
No, I think she shouldn't.
Okay.
I think she should not tell Arthur. She should speak to a therapist.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not a therapist per se. Not like a counselor or a psychologist. She needs to talk to like a sex therapist about why she's so dry.
Wow.
That's what I think.
She needs to go and see a medical professional who will help
She
her.
needs to say,
with the
go to a
dryness.
medical professional and say, every time I get turned on
Yeah.
by strangers that I know, I get dry.
Great. Yeah. That's kind of nice, isn't it?
I
To know
think so.
that there's hope for her, I think, at the end of the day. Because Edna, we're not so sure about Edna. And Zach, we do have one more confession. And it is a beautifully written confession that comes from Damien.
Now, I love a badly written one. Are you being ironic?
I'm being ironic. And I
Love
love
it.
to be ironic.
I love it.
So this one comes from Damien, Zach. My friend got that new iPhone, and I was so jealous. He's always gets the nice things because he works real hard. So Higo and I are sitting around, and I'm trying to play some songs for everyone, but nothing is coming through the fucking speakers, so I just flip. So angry. Higo plays the songs, and it sounds delicate. Like just dope. I'm hating because it kind of feels shit or something to be shown up like that because my iPhone is old and shit. So when Higo goes to the toilet later on, he leaves the phone so he can leave the tunes to play. Everyone is pretty cut at that point. There are some dodgy cunts sitting round. So just as someone leaves, I pocket the phone.
The phone.
The phone. It's right in my pocket, and I'm gonna get away with it. When Higo come back, he flip. He can't believe his phone is gone, and he even gone get home because he don't know way. I tell that one of the shady cunts took it, and he buys it, man. He's so mad. So now I've got his new phone and it's sick. But I'm starting to feel bad because he don't have, and he's making heaps threats to the guy who left early.
Oh my goodness. I can't even unpick this. This is phenomenal.
They say, nah, they don't do it. Don't know. Should I say something? All right, so that comes from Damien. And
that's the end.
That is as eloquent as it gets, my friend. That it was beautiful. Very hard to read, even on the second time. It's very hard.
Phenomenal.
So
phenomenal.
Damo, you know he's a good bloke, and he's sitting around with his good friend Higo.
Yep.
And Higo is playing tunes. Damo can't do it because he's got an old iPhone. Then as soon as Higo leaves to go to the bathroom, he's such a good guy. He continues to play the tunes, leaves his brand new iPhone out. It's playing some tunes. Higo just takes it. He wants a brand new... Oh, sorry. Damien takes it from Higo. He just takes it. And then two guys leave as Higo's in the toilet. And Higo just assumes that those people took the phone. Right. Do you think that Damien, as a good friend of Higo, needs to come clean and say, hey, man, that was me?
That is amazing. That's the best one you've ever read.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Like normally, see, the ones I kind of pick apart are the ones that think they're good writers.
Yeah.
The flowery and the... Whereas Damien just doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't care about us, about anything.
He doesn't give a fuck. And there's enough like little things in there that makes me go, I don't think it's English as a second language. The way he's talking about rotten cunts, he just chooses to write the way he's writing that. Phenomenal. I love Damien. Yeah. He probably shouldn't steal $1,000 pieces of equipment from other people.
That's interesting. That's a hot take.
That's morally wrong and illegal. I don't think he needs to admit to Higo that he did it. I think he needs to just leave it behind the couch so Higo can find it himself.
Yeah.
But Higo no way home. So he wasn't home when that happened.
Yeah.
So what he go to do?
What he go to do?
Though them rotten cunts steal he go phone.
Oh God, those rotten cunts.
I love the ones. I love the ones. My favorites are the ones where they think they're a good writer and they think they're painting a picture and they're just using too many adverbs.
Yeah.
But my second favorite are the ones that aren't like a morally complex or confusing thing.
Yeah.
So like last week we talked about someone stealing a fish because they thought it was being mistreated. There was a complexity to that. Fucking weird, but a complexity. It's like, I think he's mistreating the fish. I steal it.
Yeah.
Even the last one you read just then, it's a woman who is not having her desires met. So she does something regrettable, and now she's tossing up whether to. My favorite ones are he just stole the guy's phone. There's just nothing there. It's just
stole someone's phone.
Moral complex.
Yeah.
What should I do? Was that wrong to steal phone?
Oh, you tell me now. Was that wrong, was it?
What should I do? Crazy.
It's so funny. Who do you like more out of Edna and Damo?
I love Damo so much.
I like him too. Yeah.
I love Damo. Damo doesn't give a fuck.
And look, he's not going to give the phone back. We know that. He's never going to give that phone back. And maybe that's okay. Maybe...
No, Damo's got to do what Damo's got to do. Damo's got to eat.
Damo's got to eat. Damo's got to listen to tunes that sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Zachary Ruane.
I love Damo.
Oh, my God. Zachary Ruane, I love you. Thank you so much for coming back on the podcast. Namaste.
Thank you.
That's what I'm going to say. Namaste to you.
I have to apologize for two things, Sam, and these are two video relevant things. So if you are just listening to the podcast, jump on Sam's YouTube, watch the video, and you'll understand.
Check out the show notes, guys.
One, I apologize for wearing a mask the entire time. Ludicrous, an absolutely ludicrous thing to have done. Two, I apologize because when we started recording this podcast, there was still quite a bit of sunlight coming into my room.
Sure.
And through the podcast, there is now very little light left.
Sure.
And I never had a window to like go and turn on the light. So for anyone watching, the majority of what you've watched is a man in a mask slowly descending into both literal and figurative darkness. So my apologies.
But I couldn't have asked for a better time, Zachary Ruane, and I can't wait to have you back on the podcast in isolation very soon. Namaste, Zachary Ruane. I will see you very shortly. Good night, Australia.
Good night.